Hello Pisces, my name is Tiffany and welcome to my channel, Tiffanystarology. Today we are going to be using the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards to see what Spirit has in store for you. The other day I was driving and I saw a license plate that I thought said 888 and it wasn't really clear, it wasn't in good view, and I raced and I raced and I raced and I tried so hard to validate that it was, and I was eventually able to catch up and see that it did in fact say 888. So there might be some abundance or some type of new life path that you're walking into that's going to be more fruitful, that is just taking some time to really come into focus, and you may have to really try hard to get through some turbulence on your way, but the abundance is assured. I also have been seeing the angel number 1234, so I looked into that, and it basically just means that you're on the right path. The path may be moving a little bit slower than you want. Again, there's something maybe out of view, something you can't quite see perfectly, something that's taken a long time to come in. But the 1234 talks about staying on track, staying on this path, moving towards your goals one step at a time, and allowing for divine timing to bring the blessings in. So I hope that helps whoever is dealing with, just something that's taking a while to manifest, okay? So let's dive in. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides of the highest white Christed light, we ask that you come in and protect the space, connecting in with Pisces at this time so that I may pull cards that they need for their soul's journey. Let's dive in, Pisces. Okay, you have perception, faith, forgiveness, discovery, victim, miracle, soulmate, and expansion. On the bottom of your deck, you have dissipating. I did take a little bit of time to go back and read. Each of these cards has like a little story or a little legend that's attached to it. So it was going to take way too much time to read that all on camera. But overall, with the dissipating card being on the bottom of the deck and the 888 that we talked about and the 1234 that we talked about, there is a sense that things are growing old. You may be growing weary of change. And I'm seeing a black and yellow butterfly outside of my window as we said that. There is a need for you, Pisces, to no longer hold yourself back and just allow yourself to sit in waiting for an opportunity to change, for the test of time to show itself true. There is some action that needs to be taken. Again, when I saw that 888, I was kind of like, is that 888? I can't really tell. And so I had to really put my foot, on the gas and move forward. And I went as quickly as I could, as safely as I could, to get closer to that card to really confirm that that is indeed what my angels were sending towards me. And so what I feel that they're trying to tell you is this is not a time to sit and wallow, and definitely not a time to play victim about where you are, maybe how you feel confined, this inability for you to grow, because an acorn grows into a beautiful, beautiful tree, but it has to be under the right circumstances, and it takes a long time for that tree to grow, right? So there's a lot that is going to expand in your life, Pisces, and a lot that wants to come into your life. But the first part of this is no longer playing victim, no longer just allowing yourself to just sit there and wallow, or just continue to ask yourself when your ships are going to come in. And it's time for you to begin to look at life through a new lens. I'm seeing that black and yellow butterfly here. So there is this energy where you're being asked to transform. The perception card was about no turning back. You need to walk into this portal. The 7-7 portal could have been really important to you, or you're going to see how it plays out in your life over the next couple of months. But you're walking into something new, something heart-centered, with that green emerald at the center of this card. There is uncertainty and definitely some hesitation on your part about where you want to go and how you're going to get there, and, just the tools of the trade that you will need. But you are about to go through a metamorphosis. My dog also found a caterpillar that was inside that came into the kitchen through like a small crack under the door. And there is this energy here of metamorphosis, change, becoming the highest version of yourself, and understanding that your old life, which is behind this door here, you have to shut the door. You have to close and move on and let go of whatever was behind that door. And you have to move by faith into your expansion. You have a spirit team. This particular spirit guide is showing up twice, but you have a spirit team that is really here saying, have faith, Pisces. We got you. We're leading you. We're guiding you. We don't want you to feel stuck like this person here. We don't want you to get caught up in the mundane. We don't want you to lose sight of what is coming into your life. There's going to be movement. You're going to feel good. You're learning valuable lessons. But you are about to go through a big and deep expansion of the heart, the mind, the soul. And I am seeing also expansion and change of the physical body. The way you eat, the way you dress, the way that people see you, the way that you see yourself is going through a miraculous overhaul. But you must not lose faith in the process, no matter how long it seems like it's taking. And along the way, there's an inner child within you who feels very wounded. And I find it so funny that they're finding comfort in a rhino, because if I think of a rhino, it looks like the most uncomfortable animal to ever cuddle up to, with horns and leathery skin, right? It's very tough. You have been through unthinkable things that have been tough and difficult, and somehow you have made your bed in those areas of life that most people would have just not been able to succeed or move forward in. You have lived a tough life. You have been through a lot of trials and adversity. And many people, again, would not have been able to make it through what you've been through and still have the heart that you have. So Spirit says, forgive those that hurt you. Forgive yourself for the ways that you hurt yourself, and allow this inner child to heal and go through this expansion with you. And look, that little boy or little girl in their eyes and say, I'm taking you with me to a more plush, soft, beautiful life. And this is where you begin to discover that there is so much within you that is ready to expand, that is ready to heal, that is ready to become brand new. This figure doesn't look quite human. This is your spiritual body awakening. This is your spiritual body saying, I'm no longer playing victim. I'm about to discover my true north. I'm about to go down this path that I don't understand. I'm walking through that portal. I'm about to take on scary things, daunting things, challenging things. And I'm going to put put the pedal to the metal, and I'm going to chase after what I want. I'm going to go after what I want. There is no sense of lack. There is only forward movement. And I do think that you're going to see a miracle play out in your life. Something is going to happen that you just can't expect. We can't expect. But it's going to allow you to completely change your life. When I was reading the legend about this one, it talked about because of your good deeds, because of the way that you have walked selflessly, blamelessly through your life, through the difficulties, and still you show up ready to work. Still you show up with a smile. Still you show up through the depression, through the anxiety, through the pain, through the health issues, through the heartbreak. A miracle is going to happen for you, Pisces, as you expand. Whatever you've been asking Spirit to do in your life, whatever this is that you're trying to move towards, Spirit says, I'm bringing in the right people. And I'm taking away the wrong ones. There are certain soulmates on this path that you have dealt with that were only here to push you towards this expansion. And there are going to be soulmates that come in that help you get to this expansion. So just understand that your third eye is being opened again and again and again for you to make your way to this promised land, to this miraculous expansion. And each and every person that you come into contact with for better or for worse, is here to help you to see yourself for who you really are. I really do think the perception of yourself, Pisces, and who you were known as, that's going to go through a big, big upheaval, a big change. I see an increase in your vitality, your confidence, and you are going to be someone that many people look up to because of the path that you rose upon. I see a lot of people wondering, how did this miracle happen? How did you do this? And it's really that you've just been moving by faith, and you've been doing the groundwork. You've been doing the shadow work. And yes, there were times, when you were dissipating and you were sitting and wondering like, God, why is this happening to me? Woe is me. And you were dealing with tricksters. They show up to divert you from your path. They, here they are again, trying to make you feel like you are the victim, that you're just stuck. But no, you have gained wisdom through this process, Pisces, tapping into your highest white light, getting connected with nature, understanding that your soul is expansive, having faith in your spirit team, and you understand, no, you are not going to hold me back from my best life. And the chains that, maybe I thought that I was going to have to be stuck to forever, I'm actually going to release myself from that by changing my perception and realizing that the world around me wants to expand, and so do I. So we're going to dive into your tarot and see what Spirit has to say about this expansion, about this movement, about the trickster energies that was trying to hold you back. So current situation for Pisces. You have the World, and it says the psyche. So Pisces, you are going through a complete transformation of your psyche. Again, Pluto's going through your 12th house of the subconscious. You're changing the way you see the world. You're ending out cycles. You're moving. You're transforming your life. Old, outdated beliefs, structures, mindsets, all of that is being put to rest, because it's time for you to now see yourself for who you are, and to see the devil for the beautiful glittery clothes and options that, it shows up as in your life and confuses you. You're going to see the devil for who the devil really is. The devil is cunning. The devil is sharp. The devil can make you feel like you are stagnant. You can't move forward, but your spirit team is saying, expect a miracle. You're not even going to understand how this worked out for you, but because you haven't given up, because you've laid your head in those hard places, in those rough patches, and still you've done good for the world, we're going to bless you because you still have faith, because you keep on doing that spiritual work. And because you're finally ready to close the door on the past, we're changing your worldview. You may be going through a lot of psychological disturbances at this time, like maybe feeling like you're going crazy or feeling like you don't understand yourself. It's because you're shifting, you're transforming deeply, Pisces. I'm also seeing some of you may be tapping into like psychedelics, plant medicine, things like that. As you're trying to open up the mind. I do see that through kind of those psychedelic colors, and that will be healing and helpful to many of you. Over the next 20 years with Pluto in the 12th house, many of you are going to participate in ceremonies or take, some type of herb or supplement or drink or, mushroom to help you see your way through and to just like open those doors of the subconscious. What's challenging this new worldview that Pisces has in their expansion? The Two of Mirrors. A specific soul, Pisces, a specific soul. It also could be, if there's nobody that you can think of in particular who's really held you back recently, it could be your own reflection. When you look at yourself in the mirror, are you happy with what you see? When you look at other people in your life who are mirroring back the way that you treat yourself, the way that you will be, treated, are they mirroring back to you your truth? The relationship that you have with others and the relationship that you have with yourself is vital at this time to opening up a whole new world for you. I see you really being more mindful of the relationships that you choose to bring in And the relationships that you say, I'm not going to tolerate this, but also you working on self-improvement. You being your own divine mirror. But the challenge right now is there may be a lot of people around you who are reflecting that victim mentality right back to you. Strength at this time for Pisces. You have the Nine of Mirrors, which is the Nine of Cups, and you have the Muse, which is the Queen of Wands. So the Nine of Mirrors is almost like making me feel like you finally are beginning to, many of you are beginning to walk into this place where you see yourself confidently. Your beauty, your health, your vitality, your strength is coming back. The fire that the Queen of Spirals, which is the Queen of Wands, represents in you is starting to reflect in the way that you are starting to actually see growth and vitality. In your everyday life, the Nine of Mirrors is wish fulfillment, your cups overflowing. Are you starting to do things, Pisces, and see your life in a new way where you are starting to see the bits and pieces of your life unfolding? And I'm seeing like unfolding in a way that you love. Like I'm seeing bits and pieces of wishes and desires and things that you've been wanting to do, goals that you had set for a really long time starting to actually happen. I'm seeing little goals. You're taking them off. You know, you're taking off the boxes of like, I wanted to save up this much money. I wanted to lose this much weight. I wanted to move. I wanted to travel. I wanted to get into a healthy relationship. I wanted to leave a toxic relationship. I wanted to increase my finances. I wanted to start that business. I wanted to let go of this family or this toxic connection. I'm ready for expansion of my family, and, you know, maybe you had a child or you're getting married. But I see boxes being ticked off. And Spirit says, even though everything is not ticked off already, you are inviting in Nine of Cups energy and positivity into your world. That's beautiful, Pisces. Area of focus. You have the Nine of Spirals, which is the Nine of Wands. For a long time, I think you let a lot of people project onto you. The Nine of Wands is being very exhausted, tired, at the end of your road. And when I'm looking at this person kind of blowing up a dust storm and the crows around you, it's almost like someone was trying to keep you lost, stuck, deluded. Think of like the Midwest or a very desert, arid area where there is a lot of crop fields and dirt and debris, and a tornado comes through or a dust storm comes through and it tries to wreak havoc. Your spirit guides are saying, we're sending in protection. We're sending in a way out of these situations. And if people have been trying to project on you and people have been trying to, you know, I'm seeing that we're going to blow your house down. What is that from? Is it the Little Piggies? It's a fairy tale. I'll try to find it. It's something about where like the house that you make, the structure of the house that you make your house out of, the tools, the substances, the craftsmanship is how this particular person is going to be able to, or this worldview or the people around you are going to be able to affect you. If you build your house out of straw, out of paper, out of leaves versus out of cement and wood, and like there needs to be a restructure of the way that you live your life so that when people try to come back in, Pisces, they can't just blow your house down. There was a lot of projection on you, though, to keep you stuck. But I see them trying to keep you from this vision here of your new life. They're trying to cloud you from this portal. But your spirit team is saying, nope, we're going to show you the way. Just have faith. Don't get stuck in that abyss of the trickery. Near future, you have the Five of Wands. So you're going to come face to face with difficulties, with personalities, with trials and tribulations and things that you have to jump over to get to the other side, to end out the cycle. Because your current situation with the World card being here, it's saying that no matter what comes up against you in the near future, you are going to have the ability to like face this dragon. Like, let's put the cards this way. You're going to face this dragon. You're going to face your fears with beauty, and that is going to be more beautiful than facing it with like anger and contempt. You're going to stand in your truth. You're going to stand in the righteousness of who you are. and all these people that are projecting, throwing darts at you, trying to slow you down. I see the Spirit of God and the Spirit of transformation far stronger than these fiery darts that this dragon could ever blow towards you, Pisces. You are beginning to see that even though maybe you didn't come with, anger and evil and a rifle in your hand, you still are going to be able to see a miracle happen in your life. Because you are going to be so well taken care of. Just the way that you are. It's like light defeating the darkness. Something soft defeating something hard or harsh. Recent past for Pisces. You have the Star. You've been going through healing. A lot of you in the astral plane. The horses here are showing me that movement. I was moving towards that 888 as fast as I could, Let's say I was going 70 miles per hour using horsepower, right? In the car. There's something about you transforming from this horse into like a unicorn that I can see here. It's like she's crowning this horse. You're going from the 3D to the 5D. You're moving away from the family line that you came from. You're healing and you're accepting your individuality and who you are. The difficulties of the doors that you've had to open. The transformations that you've been through. You're healing through them. And I see Spirit saying, like, job well done, Pisces. Advice? You have the Death card. I don't know how to say the name, but is it Ariadne? I'm not sure. But the Death card is showing me that, and this is your advice, it's time to let go of the old version of you. And I know you may have heard reader after reader say that, but there's something about a version of yourself that needs to be let go and needs to crumble. I'm seeing kind of this old like Greek or Roman edifice behind her. And when we go back and look at those now, parts of them are crumbled, needing to be restored. And it's the end of an era for those buildings, right? They served their purpose during the Roman and the Greek times and, Egyptian times and all of that. But now it's time for you to say it's the end of an era. It's the end of that person. It's the end of people mirroring back to me versions of myself that I don't even resonate with anymore. And it's time for me to become someone I've never been, someone I've never known. And you know what I see in her hand? She's got yarn. It's like she's creating herself a new outfit, new clothing, new edifice. Some of you are going to actually be changing the physical way that you dress because you're going to look so different in the coming years. The way that you look now, maybe the way that you dress, the colors that you wear, they're a reflection of the energy that's been around you. And once that's lifted, once that world card comes in, your psyche is transformed, your inner and outer world transforms, you're going to look so different that your actual physical appearance is not going to be recognizable to some people that haven't seen you for a while. Your environment? You have Papa Legba for strength. So it seems like, he's got these skulls and he's got a little satchel. He almost reminds me like the Fool card and the Death card mixed together. Your environment is going through a radical shift, and Spirit is saying you may not feel ready for what is coming or how your world is changing. You may not feel ready to walk through that door, but have strength. Travel lightly. Don't take a whole lot of things with you. Let go of the old life. Walk into the new life and just expect there to be ups and downs. I'm seeing this person, he kind of looks like his clothing is a little bit more tattered. There could be periods where you are going to feel like you're in a period of decay or loss. But as long as you hold on to the strength that things are going to get better, that this period of your life is coming to a close, and it can feel a bit daunting for it to close, and you don't get stuck in that victim mentality, that's how you let the expansion come in. That Papa Legba energy is giving me like you may start to feel a little bit closed off, and the perceptions of those trickery energies may come back up for you. But just remember, you have a miracle that's on its way that's going to take you into this expansive energy. But in order for you to get there, you have to let go of a lot, and that inner child may feel wounded or worried for a while. But that door that opens, that portal that you walk through, it's going to really, really shock you when you get to the other side. Spending time in nature is really important at this time as well. And butterflies are extremely significant. This is what the deck looks like on the top anyways, but it's called the Chrysalis Tarot. Hopes and fears. You have the Six of Mirrors. This is the Six of Cups. I think you're worried about the past. You are still holding on to it a bit. What will people think of me? Will I find happiness again? Those certain soulmates that you are going to have to leave behind. But I see a person that wants to do what makes them happy, what makes their inner child sing. You want more peace in your life. You want more happiness in your life. So you can't be worried about what you're leaving behind, Pisces. Thinking about the past and all that it did for you, remember that soulmate card came out. That's kind of what the Six of Cups represents. There are going to be so many people along the way that try to delude your third eye, that try to hold you back from your future, from your happiness, from your peace. The secret garden here. But you have to understand that in order for you to get to where you need to go, you have to let go of all these projections, all these soulmates that don't mean you well, and welcome in the newness that wants to come in for you. New soulmates, new relationships. Some of you are afraid of how good life is going to get. Like, I'm feeling this is too good to be true. Ooh, the dogs barked right at that. So there is definitely an energy trying to stop you from getting there. It's not too good to be true, Pisces. You deserve it. Every ounce of this. I'm seeing the Justice card here. Ma'at could be a spirit guide of yours, but the scales are going to be balanced. There could be also some significance to Egyptian, Roman, or Greek past lives for you. And what wasn't made right for you, maybe some of this projection energy that came at you in the past that you weren't necessarily able to fight through or fight against or overcome. In this lifetime, the Six of Cups is promised to you. I just see like Ma'at offering you the wings of assistance to get to the other side. Birds are very significant. Flight is significant. Maybe a plane ride. But there's an energy here of this is the lifetime where justice will be served, where your energy is going to be able to make this journey and you will be successful. You will find this peace. You will find this happiness, even if there's energy where people want to try to fight or delude you or trick you or slow you down, keep you in an energy of stuckness. Or is that the eight of it? Is that the 888? Wondering if you're ever going to receive it. You will. You are worthy of this beautiful garden. You are worthy of your happy like your happiness, truly. Like you're worthy of it. Potential outcome for Pisces. You have the Two of Stones. This is the Two of Pentacles. Spirit says you have two options. You stay where you are and stay stuck, or you decide to have faith and you jump over to this other rock and you start this new life. I'm seeing Pacific Northwest vibes, hardcore in this particular card. So you may be moving somewhere that has a lot of greenery, trees, bears, water, mountains, forests, something like that. Many Pisces do kind of want to get away to a place of isolation, which, I'm all for it. I'm the same way. But let's read this card. I don't typically read from the tarot books, but I'm going to do that because that Two of Stones is interesting to me for your final outcome. I literally opened directly to the card. That's weird. All right, so it says keyword trust. It says the King of the Forest reminds you to maintain your balance and trust your next step. Sheets of windswept ice in this scene give way to rippling clear waters as winter gives way to springtime. This card is about trusting and cooperating with emerging energies. When the season changes, the bear emerges from hibernation, and the once frozen lake bubbles anew with life. In your reading, this card tells you to balance contrasting energies and to remain firmly grounded, sure-footed, and secure like the mighty bear. So the transition from winter to spring is going to be extremely significant for you, Pisces. And on the bottom of the deck, you have the Ten of Mirrors. You're going to be extremely happy. There's going to be blessings, abundance, all of these things coming in for you. Happiness, peace, fruitfulness, a home. There's something about your home life, your stability that's going to change. Just the same way that the bear finds its cave or, it goes into hibernation when things get cold and there's not as much around for it to eat. You may go through a slowed down period through the winter and you may feel like God is taking things from you. You may start to worry about the darts that are going to come out, that are going to try to throw you off course. But remember, your current situation is the World card. This cycle, this chapter, it is over. Let's read the Psyche as well. Let's read it. Because these are a little bit different than traditional tarot cards. So I kind of like to see what artists mean by their work. All right. So the Psyche is the World card and it's about ascension. So remember we talked about you going from the 3D to the 5D. It says the Psyche dances onto the world stage to herald your glorious success. This card is about those moments of clarity that bring quantum leaps of awareness and understanding. Transformation is a lifelong work in progress, a continuing quest for renewal and growth. When one growth cycle ends, another begins. You travel through many doorways on the quest for fulfillment. The Psyche's message is to mind the thresholds, lest you become stuck in the certitude of absolutes and cease to grow. The Psyche translates as either soul or butterfly in Greek. Wow, so Greek energy is for sure coming through on this reading today. It says, as a beautiful butterfly, Psyche symbolizes the transformation of consciousness called ascension, your highest calling. So you're ascending, Pisces. That's the miracle that's going to get you through this. You're going to be in such a high vibration that you can't be stuck where you are anymore. What you wants you. You're going to start moving mountains. You're going to start causing a big shift. That 10 of Cups is coming in. That peace is coming in. You're moving into the 5D. Not without a battle, though, on the way. Not without people trying to trick you and hold you back. But you're on your way to success. We're going to pull a affirmation card for you. As Pisces goes through this ascension, what do they need to know? You have unexpected growth. This is that miracle. It says, I will remember perfection is impossible. Mistakes are inevitable and do not cause evil in my life. Failures are how I learn, grow, and manifest my best self. I will embrace my perceived missteps with open arms and welcome the experience into my life. So Pisces, unexpected growth is headed your way. All of the things that you went through, all of the people you need to forgive, all of the tough times, and even the ones to come, maybe through the winter, they're going to make way for the springtime success. Probably during Pisces season when your new moon comes in, where you're going to really rise up like a phoenix. And you're going to be able to say, I did it. It all worked out for me. Life is good. I'm settled. If some of you are even moving in the winter, which doesn't happen often, I see that being kind of like a tumultuous time for you. But then the springtime, you're like, breathe. It all worked out. So Pisces, trust where you're being led. King of Cups on the bottom of the deck. This is your energy. that horsepower, you could be getting a new car, is going to take you to the next level. Slow and steady and emotionally balanced. The Wheel of Fortune is here to tell you that Spirit is taking you exactly where you need to go. There's opportunities that await for you. Your soul is expanding and ascending, and I am so proud of you. What has been taken from you financially or as far as blessings with the Four of Pentacles here, the Four of Stones, you are about to walk through that portal and reclaim your victory. I'm going to leave it there, Pisces. I love you very much. Take care of yourself. Be good to you. Understand the missteps and the issues. They all came up for a reason. You're going to see the other side of this. And this chapter is slowly closing. I see 2026 being very different for you. 2025 is all about the transition. And you're on your way. All right, Pisces. Love you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.